Hello, we're just moving into the summer months here in the UK, and if you're like me and you're growing in buckets or pots or bags and you've grown early potatoes, you've probably harvested them by now, or at least you're starting to harvest them. And if you've followed my advice in previous videos, you've reinvigorated this soil with some fertiliser, you've popped it straight back in the bucket, and you've sown some leeks. You've planted some leeks, or you've planted some celery, and that's the leeks and celery I told you to start from seed at the beginning of this year. So they've now been potted up, and they'll grow through into the autumn and winter, 2 crops, 1 bucket, 1 lot of soil, same growing year. That's got to be a win-win, hasn't it? Okay, now if you've not done that, I hope you've kept hold of your soil. I have, as you can see, still in these buckets. And what I'm going to do today, I'm going to do something that I said on previous videos I'd never do again. I'm going to attempt to grow some potatoes for Christmas. Now I'll tell you why I'm doing it, and I'll tell you why I said I wouldn't do it. I'm doing it because I had some potatoes that had chitted, and I just didn't want to throw them out, basically. There are some red skins that I got off the veg rack, and they're either Rooster or Desiree, and there are some Nicola. So I thought, yeah, I'm going to give it another go. Although I said I wouldn't, I'm going to give it another go. And I'll tell you why I said I wouldn't give it another go. Because here in the UK, as we move through summer and into autumn, we start to lose the daylight hours and we start to lose temperature. So it gets a tad cold and a tad dark. And as the year wears on, it gets even colder and even darker, and potatoes will not grow. They will not grow. So from probably September, October, November, December, potatoes will not want to grow. They may grow through September, maybe into early October, depending on the weather, but after that they will not grow. Now, what happens then is they die off. Tops drop over, they die off. You may have potatoes in here, but the plant has died off. Now, in previous years, when I've tried this, I've had to leave these buckets outdoors, where it's cold, where it's wet. Potatoes don't like that. The buckets get waterlogged, potatoes go rotten. So it's been pointless. But this year, I've now got a greenhouse at home. So this is the plan. Exactly the same as previous years, except that when the tomatoes come out, early autumn probably, these buckets with the potatoes growing in them will be going in the greenhouse. Now I fully expect it'll still be too dark, it'll still be too cold, the potatoes will die off, but the pots will stay dry, the soil will stay dry, and I should be able to harvest those potatoes for Christmas. That's the plan. Okay, let's get on with it. So what we're going to do, we're going to empty this soil out into this barrow, and I'm going to incorporate into it the remaining fertiliser that I have from this growing season. We're just going to use what we've got. It might not be appropriate, but it's better than nothing, and it's going in. Right, let's get this soil in this barrow. Okay, let me show you this. I harvested some winter onions yesterday. This is the bucket, this is the soil. That's the root ball. We're going to chop that up and incorporate it into that. Oh, smell those onions, Molly. What a strong smell of onions. Okay, just before I add the fertiliser, let me show you the potatoes. These are potato plants growing in yoghurt pots. Okay, I've got half a dozen of these. But you'll be pleased to know when I start putting these in the buckets, I'll only be doing one on camera, but the rest will get done exactly the same method. Okay, so there's our half dozen potato plants that we're going to be planting and hopefully grow some Christmas potatoes. Right, let's get them out of here. And let's add this fertiliser. Okay, put that to one side. A minute, I'm ahead of myself here. Let me show you what we've got. Right, this is some potato fertiliser. Now as you can see, there isn't much in there. There's not a lot. That's all there is. But we're going to use it up in this soil. Okay, so that's potato fertiliser. This is some onion fertiliser. I don't need it for anything else. It's only going to stand on the shelf now till next year, so I'm going to use it in this soil, in this mix. We've got some Grow More, only a small cupful. That's a 777 balanced fertiliser. That Grow More's going in there. We haven't got much of that. And this is some dry poultry manure. That's another balanced fertiliser, and we haven't got much of that, but it's going in here now. Okay, let's add it. Here's a Grow More. That's it. Grow More's all gone. Poultry manure. You keep out of there, Molly. I think Molly likes the smell of this. She's sitting close by. I don't know if she's on camera. Poultry manure, all gone. Potato fertiliser. Now it looks a lot, but it isn't. I can assure you. Potato fertiliser all gone. And now the onion fertiliser. Right, that's all gone. throw them down the garden to be tidied up later. And now I'm going to mix this, and this is likely to take a while, so I'll just knock the camera off, and you can join me again when I've got it mixed. Okay, we've given this a good all mix. It's thoroughly mixed now, and we're ready to sow our first potato. Can you hear that sparrow chirping away in the background? I'm going to try and get you a shot of him shortly. It's a cock sparrow. He's on the property next door. He's calling for a mate. He's been doing that for weeks. And I know there's a nest, there's an area where the nest they have done over the years, but there's nobody nested there this year. But I think he's looking for a lady partner. Okay, right, what we've got here. So we're going to simply put 2 inches in the bottom of this bucket. Okay. We're going to use this cut off pop bottle. If you're a follower of mine, you'll have seen this done before. If you're not, this will be new for you, but it's good. Okay, so the first potato going in is a Nicola. Let's get Nicola out of the yogurt pot. Throw it down the garden, collect it later. As you can see, loads of roots. This Nicola is going to have no problem growing on. Its problems will come when it starts to get dark and cold. But hopefully then it'll be a big potato plant. Right, we'll just feed it into this cylinder like this. How's that? And we'll sit it in the middle of that bucket like that. How's that? And then we're simply going to fill the rest of this bucket with soil and not damage any of that potato plant that's sitting in there. It's not going to happen because we've given it some protection. How's that? Not a single leaf damaged. Now this is the good bit. I'm going to take that off. Close the leaves together like that. Hey, look at that. Potato plants stopping in the bucket. Plastic collars coming off. You can probably see, let me see if I can lean that over. You can see where it is, how deep it is. And then we're going to shake that soil in, like this. How good's that? And then we'll top it up. And that's 1 pot done. 5 more to go. I'm going to give this a go. Are you? Okay, before I sign out, I'm going to try and get you a shot of that wee sparrow. And then we'll sign out. Let's see if we can turn this camera around. Right, that's 6 potatoes planted for Christmas. I can only get 4 in the barrow, that's why there's only 4 on camera. There's 2 off to the side. Last thing to do is give them a drink, and then let's see how they go. This is Homegrown Veg, signing out.